Good afternoon. We are going to discuss today on IPR rights. This is Dr. Virendra Bhojwani from Mechanical Engineering Department, MIT School of Engineering at MIT ADT University, Dhoni. Intellectual property rights deals with patents, it deals with copyrights, trademarks and trade secrets. And these are common terms which are related to intellectual property rights. Trademark, brand, trademark related to brand, patent, invention, copyright, infringement, licensing, secrets, patent laws and protection. These are some of the common terms which we should be aware if we are working in the field of IPR. What we are going to discuss during today's presentation is the role of WIPO and PCT in obtaining international patents, frequently asked questions related to IPR, how to search for patents, what is the IPR process and the fees involved, then what is a provisional patent versus a complete specification, who is an applicant and who is an inventor, what is the difference between an applicant and an inventor, forms involved, the significance of Form 2, online filing versus offline filing, and step-by-step process for online patent filing from the convenience of your desktop or laptop, either from home or in office. Now, what are intellectual property rights? A patent is issued for an invention by an inventor. Now, it gives the inventor right on the invention so that nobody can copy it, nobody can use it or sell it without his permission for 20 years from the filing date. So somebody wants to sell the invented idea, he has to take permission, he has to enter into a license agreement with the inventor. Now, what is a copyright? A patent relates to invention, a copyright relates to artistic or literature work, like novels, like music. The holder has complete right and control over the adaptation or the reproduction of the work for up to the life of the holder and 60 years after the death. So who earns after the death? The legal heirs, maybe his children, maybe his partners. They earn from the profits generated by the copyrights. The third aspect is the trademark. What is a trademark? It is a logo which distinguishes one company from other company. It can be a logo, phrases, symbol, music, signs. They distinguish services or product of one company from other. Then there are design patents. Now a patent is related to invention, is related to technology. Design patent, it protects the outward look, appearance, style of the object, which gives a feel-good effect, so that if they appear many times, we purchase a bike, we purchase a car based on its outward appearance. So if it looks good, we definitely go to buy that. So the styling of the product is patented using a design patent, but it does not protect unseen design elements or features. Something which is functional, something related to working of the product, it does not fall under the design patent. Last part is trade secret. A trade secret is a practice, it may be a design, maybe a formula, a process, compilation of information, which is not available outside the company. That means nobody knows about that invention outside the company. It is neither patented nor it is disclosed. Only few people inside the company, they know about that formula, and that is used for commercial gains by that single company. Now, how a trademark, copyright, patent are different. Trademark relate to brands, copyright related to authors, and patents are related to inventors. Now, purpose of a trademark is to distinguish one product from other. Purpose of a copyright is to protect the original and creative work of authors. Purpose of a patent is to help exploit the invention for profits for the person who has invented it. Examples of trademark are words, logos, phrases, slogans. For copyright, examples are music, art, photography. Examples of inventions are medical devices, technologies. Now these are trademarks. Now if you look at this, you will come to know which company they belong to. So these logos are nothing but the trademarks. So different companies may be selling different products, but they have different logos. So this is trademarks. These are some of popular trademarks: Apple, McDonald's, General Electric, CNN, Shell, Coca-Cola, NBC. There can be phrases. Just do it is relates to Nike. Dar ke aage jeet hai relates to Mountain Dew. So phrases also can be part of the trademark. So that sentence, it is related to a particular company. It helps in promoting, in creating an image that this is a quality product in the minds of the consumers. So X company is a reputed company, so they will have sales, they have their own logos, they have their own brand. Basically, this trademark is more related to branding of the product. How do you know whether a trademark is registered with the government or not? If it is R, that means it's a registered trademark. If near the name or logo EM is written, that means it's an unregistered trademark. Now, registering with government helps you. Suppose somebody is trying to copy that trademark. So there is a legal fight between two companies. So the one who has registered it need not worry, because he does not have to prove it. He can file a case. So always registering for IPR is a good idea. Whenever some problem arises, person who has registered it has the upper hand. Example of copyright we have discussed: the literature, musical, graphics, sculpture works, movies, audiovisual works, derivative of protected work, original compilation of facts. All this falls under copyrights. So you own the copyright. If you have to sell it, if somebody has to use it, somebody has to make a movie. You know, the 5 Point Someone, there were some novels. There was a case against those. So there's a movie called Two States, and there are a few more movies which are based on novels. If somebody wants to use those, so then they have to take the permission or they have to buy the rights. Now, design patents they protect the appearance or style of the product. They does not protect the unseen elements. They do not protect the functional aspects of the product. Only they protect features which appear to the eyes and which give a feel-good effect to human beings, which basically meant to include the sales of the product, does not include the technological aspects. And these are some of the design patents. This is related to Apple, and there was a famous case between Apple and Samsung, where Apple sued Samsung for using similar styling, and Apple won that case. Now, what are trade secrets? A practice who is not known outside the company. It gives economic advantage over the competitors. It is produced by internal research and development. Trade secrets are not patented. No information is available outside the company. Within the company also, very few people know about the trade secret. Now, these are some of the popular trade secrets. Coca-Cola recipe, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Listerine, WD-40, donuts, McDonald's, Google search algorithm, nobody knows. So they are neither patented. The patent information is still available versus in the patent office, but trade secret information is nowhere available outside the company. Now then, should you go for a patent or should you go for a trade secret? What is the difference? It may be advisable for a company to keep its innovations trade secret, which requires in particular that sufficient measure has been taken to keep information confidential. Patent information is available in public domain. You go to the patent websites, you will get all the technological details. Only thing is you cannot copy them if they are granted without the permission of the inventor. Trade secrets, no information available. They are neither patented nor registered. So as such, technological information is not available about the trade secret. After 20 years, patent right is over. Anybody can copy, make a product and sell it. After 20 years, even after that, in case of trade secrets, information is not available. So it cannot be copied. Now, inventions which are known by the employees, and it is aware that employees can jump from one company to other company, then such invention should be patented so that they are protected by the company. But information with high commercial value and difficult to replicate should be trade secret. Now we go to GI tag. Now this is related to geographical indication tag. Certain places are popular for a particular product, like Nagpur is popular for oranges, Tirupati is popular for laddus, prasada, Mysore is popular for sandalwood, Darjeeling is popular for tea. So likewise, for these products we can have a geographical indication tag, which is GI tag. What is a GI tag? It is a sign, like a trademark. It is also a symbol. Now some locations they are popular for that product. So group of companies, they come together and they file. Who are the group of the companies who are located in that geographical terrain? Like tea producers located in Darjeeling, they come together and they file for GI. And our product is popular, our product is special, or high quality, good features. So they apply for a GI tag. So whenever they sell, their product will come with the GI tag. That means this tea is produced from Darjeeling. Suppose somebody is producing Kashmiri shawl. So if it is manufacturing, all the people manufacturing in Kashmir, they can use that GI tag. Okay, no permission is required. But somebody in Maharashtra is producing similar shawls, he cannot use it because he does not fall in that geographical terrain. So he may be selling the same product, but he cannot use that GI tag. So as a matter, GI tags, they come with a premium price. Like if you know that this is Kashmiri shawl, so people will not hesitate to pay more. So these premium products with GI tag, they are sold at a higher price. That is the benefit of having a GI tag. Now what is a GI tag and versus a trademark? Trademark is also a logo, GI tag is also a symbol. Both are used to increase the sales, but trademark is used by a single company. Remember, trademark is for a company. GI tag is for that region. So all the manufacturers, maybe there are 100 companies, all the 100 companies in that region can use that GI tag. Okay, but trademark is used by a single company. That is the major difference between a GI tag and trademark. These are examples of GI tag: Basmati rice, Mysore silk, Mysore sandal, Darjeeling tea, Dharwad peda, Kolhapuri chappal. These are popular. So that means these are products are commonly and popularly produced, and they have special features or high quality when they are coming from that region. Then these are IPR features. Patent, it can be a technological patent or a design patent. Trademarks are related to brands and they are mostly logos. Copyrights are related to artistic work, and trade secret is information which is not available outside the company. So we have discussed all these things. Now background about patents. Due to industrial revolutions, many people came up with many technological solutions, and there was a need that they can be protected, because if some person works for 10 years on a technology and some Y person just copies it and starts selling it, so all the efforts, all the money he has invested in 10 years for doing the R&D, that is lost. It's a big loss. Somebody can use that technology without taking any efforts by simply copying it. So to protect that, patent rights are given. Some X person invents something which is new, so that can be patented, that can be sold, and inventor will earn profits or commercial value from that patent. That is the single objective of having patents. Every country has patent rights, and remember, every country patent rights may be different. Okay, Indian patent rights may be different. Every country's patent rights are different because they are based on India is famous for pharmaceutical companies. Some Y company will be famous for that. So they will always try to protect their local industry so that these patent laws don't harm their local industry. That is the reason the patent laws are different. They keep on evolving. Whenever new cases come, so there will be a need that existing patent laws are not sufficient to cater the new technologies, are not sufficient to cater the conflicts, new conflicts arising. So the patent laws are upgraded time to time. They don't remain same over a period of time. Very frequently, maybe 2 years, 5 years, you always see there is a change in the patent laws. IPR in India came into effect in 1970. It provides statutory rights to owner. That means legal rights. Somebody tries to copy, you can file a case, he can be jailed if he is without permission, he is unlawfully using it. So he can be jailed or he can be fined. What can be patented? Techniques which are novel. Novelty is the prime topmost criteria for patenting. What is novel? Which is new. Which is new. Nobody knows about it in the world. Nobody has an idea. Neither it is ever published, neither it is known, neither it is published. So ideas which are not known but which can be used by industries to improve the money, profits, to improve time required, to improve manpower, materials, or smart features. This can be definitely patented. In short, they should be new and they should be beneficial. Third part is something which can destroy the humanity, which can cause harm to the humanity, cannot be patented. So what cannot be patented? Laws of nature. You cannot patent gravity or physical phenomena or abstract ideas. Algorithms per se. Algorithms per se means again computer programs which have no tangible output, which are not coupled with hardware, and you don't see any physical improvement in performance. Such algorithms cannot be patented. But if there are algorithms which are coupled with hardware, which can give tangible outputs, benefits, so those also can be considered for patents. Anything not useful, non-obvious, like perpetual motion machine. Somebody says, I will develop a machine which will give output without input. Such ideas cannot be patented. Used in nuclear bombs, bioweapons, such technologies cannot be patented. So this is what is not patented. Criteria patenting, we discuss novelty first time. Nobody knows about it in the whole world. Then it's called novel. Should perform useful function. Non-obvious, should not be obvious. Okay. Anybody working in the state of art in that technology domain, he should say that yes, I don't know about this and this is definitely novel and this can be developed and be useful for industry. So novel, no prior art, no information should be available. And you should not publish. Remember, before patenting you should never publish a paper, because the moment you publish a paper, the information is available in public domain, gone. Then the novelty is lost. Even if you are the author, still the novelty is lost because people know about it and Even if you file a patent, it will be rejected. Who can file a patent? The first or true inventor of the application. Assignee, second point. Assignee of the patent means on your behalf, if you give it to some patent agent, who can file on your behalf. If the person is dead, his legal representatives can file the patent. How to file a patent? You can file it online, you can file it offline, by post. And what rights it gives a patent owner? It gives statutory rights. Who can use this invention, who cannot use this invention. Whoever wants to use it, he has to reach an agreement with the inventor. What kinds of inventions? Any inventions, chemical compounds, processes, it can be processes, it can be technology products, from kitchen utensils to nanotechnology chips, and you have the right for 20 years on the patent from the date of filing if the patent gets granted. Is patent granted in India applicable in all countries? No. These are territorial rights. If you get a patent in India, you cannot enforce in America. Okay. So patent rights applicable in the country in which a patent is filed or granted in accordance with the law of that country. Now, how to enforce it? Somebody is copying. How do you enforce it? You can file an FIR, go to court. That is how you can enforce the patent rights. The main responsibility of monitoring whether somebody is copying your patent, it lies with you. Police on its own cannot check whether somebody is copying your invention because there are thousands of inventions. Police has no database to check. So the manufacturer, the owner of the patent has to check whether somebody is misusing his patent, and if you find so, neither the patent office nor the police. So if you find it as an inventor that somebody is copying it, you can always go and file an FIR. So the responsibility for monitoring whether somebody is illegally using your invention lies with you, means the patent owner. What happens if I don't patent my invention? If you don't patent, anybody will copy it, anybody is free to use it, sell it, gain profits. So you lose all the rights. Okay. And if somebody applies patent, in that case it becomes troublesome. So you lose the invention. What is infringement? If a third party copies a patent and sells it, that is infringement. It can be challenged in the court. And there are many cases which are fought. Where people say that this can be invented, this cannot be invented. This is my invention. Popular war was between Apple and Samsung. Finally, the Samsung's claims were rejected, and Samsung had to pay $1 billion to Apple. So, can I obtain a patent and still keep the technology confidential? No. Patents granted in exchange of full disclosure. So whenever you are filing a patent, you have to give all the details to the patent office. So you cannot keep it secret anymore because that information is available with the patent office, and after 20 years it is open and anybody can use the technology, produce it, sell it after 20 years without your permission. Can I discuss my invention with investors? Ideally, you should first file a patent, then discuss. But if there is no way, you have to discuss it with investors, then you should enter into a non-disclosure agreement that neither you nor the other party will disclose this information to any third party. So you should enter into a non-disclosure agreement with the investor with whom you are going to discuss about the invention. Now, if I want to, I have got a patent, I am earning for that. Can I extend my patent beyond 20 years? No. So, from your invention you have earned for 20 years, that's enough. So, beyond that, the patent laws give benefit to the competitors so that they can also produce. Because if you patent it and you alone are selling it, it will be at high cost. The moment 10 manufacturers enter in competition, the costs start falling. so the people will benefit. So for the benefit of people, after 20 years, other competitors may just chip in without your formal permission. What does licensing of patent means? Suppose you have been granted an invention, you have been granted patent for that, for your invention, and you don't have money, you don't have manufacturing facility to mass produce it. Okay, you can make one piece, two piece, which is not sufficient for a business. In that case, there is X manufacturer who says, I am interested in the product and I will manufacture it large scale, I will sell it. So you give license so that he will pay you some money, and against that money then he can sell it with your permission, with the agreement. Owner may not have necessary manufacturing facilities, so allows others to make self-patented invention looking for royalty payments. Licensing agreements helps to build mutually beneficial business. Unlike selling transferring patent, licensor continues to hold the IPR. Where can I find patent information? Patent documents are published by national and regional patent offices. You go to Google Patents, you can search patent documents. You go to WIPO, WIPO, you can search world patents. You go to Indian Patent Office, you go to European Patent website, you go to US patent websites, and you can search respective countries' patents. So to study, so that whatever invention you are developing, is it novel or is it not novel? So, and what benefit your invention is giving by searching. So WIPO, you just put the keywords, you will get hundreds of patents, and you can download them, study them, understand them, and see that how your invention is better than their inventions. Then this is Google Patents. Actually, WIPO is a group of 153 countries who have entered into an agreement with each other, and they have a common ground where through WIPO you can apply to 153 countries. Okay. WIPO is World Intellectual Property Organization. Now, how can I obtain a world patent? See, patents are territorial laws. So, if patent granted in India cannot be enforced in America. So, there is nothing like world patent. You will have to apply in America separately, you will have to apply in Europe separately, in China separately to get the patent in those countries. Okay. There are WIPO is a platform where from single platform you can apply to 153 different countries, or you can individually apply to China. European Patent Office is there, where from single platform you can apply to all European countries. Then African Regional Intellectual Property Organization, using that you can apply for all African countries. So there is WIPO, there is European Patent Office, there is African Regional Intellectual Property Organization. Now, but if you apply to WIPO, again the application for approval will go to that respective country. You want an American patent and you have filed through WIPO. So WIPO will do the search, it will help you in all the formalities. But finally, the granting the patent or not, that right is with that country. So WIPO has no granting rights. It will help you in what are the laws, what are the fees, how to apply and all that stuff. But finally, whether to grant your patent application, it will go to that office. Like if you apply through WIPO to India, it will come to Bombay office, and then Bombay office will decide whether you should give patent or not. Now these are 153 countries who have an agreement and they are part of WIPO. What is the fees for filing patent in India? See, a natural person fees is less than 10,000. You can put maximum 30 pages. After 30 pages, one page will cost 160 rupees. You can put maximum 10 claims. After 10 claims, the 11th claim will be 320 rupees per claim. And if it's a small startup, cost will be something like less than 25,000. If it's a large corporation, cost will be around less than 50,000. Individuals, less than 10,000. Small startups, less than 25,000. large corporations less than 50,000. Okay. Then fees for copyright registration can be as little as 5,000. Again, who is filing, and then what you are filing. For license to communicate, it may go up to 40,000. For literary, dramatical, musical work, it can be 200 per work. It can be as less as 200. It can be as high as 40,000, depending on what you are licensing. And all this information is available on government websites. For a trademark, the registration for individual may go up to 5,000. For big companies, it will go up to 10,000. Where to apply for patents? See, there are 4 major offices in India. In Delhi, Bombay, Kolkata, Chennai, and there is a jurisdiction. All information is available online. In these offices, you can apply online or offline. Jurisdiction means Bombay office caters for patent applications for Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Goa, Chhattisgarh, Daman, Diu, Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Chennai office will cater to Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, and Union Territories of Pondicherry. Likewise, so that means anybody in Andhra Pradesh will have to apply to Chennai office. Anybody in Madhya Pradesh will have to apply in Mumbai office. And design patents, application for registration of design can be filed with patent office at Kolkata. They have the branches in New Delhi, Bombay and Chennai. What are the steps for filing IPR? You submit your application, that is the date of priority. Patent gets published in 18 months. If you pay early publication fee, we have discussed about the fees. There is early publication fee, which is point number 2, which is 2,500. Your patent gets published in 2 to 3 months. Then pre-grant opposition. Suppose your patent gets published online, then somebody wants to oppose it. So within 6 months he can oppose your application, and then there is a hearing like a court. So your application may be rejected, may be accepted. Then request for examination takes around 4 to 5 years, where you will receive the first examination report, and you have to reply to the question that is coming from the patent office. If they are satisfactorily answered, then you may be granted the patent. And you have 12 months to respond to FER. So even after grant of patent, somebody can oppose. So patent can be opposed at any time. And if it is granted, then the inventor has a statutory right on that invention for next 20 years. Now here steps for filing patent. You file the application is published online, then there is request for examination within 4 to 5 months. You pay the fees, and somebody may oppose it. Somebody opposes it, then there is a hearing. So if the hearing you are able to satisfy, then the application goes to next stage. If the opposition is able to prove that your application is wrong, then your application may get rejected. Okay. So this is how the patent filing process is there. Finally, all through these steps, if it goes to first examination report and you are able to satisfactorily answer, then the patent application gets granted. Same for copyright. You get a filing of application along with the fee. Then you get a diary number, 30 days mandatory waiting for objections. If there is no objection, then it goes to examination. And if there is objection, then again there is hearing for copyright. And then if there is any discrepancy that is given to the applicant has to reply to that. And again there is a hearing due for registration. If it goes through all this process of appeal, questionnaire or opposition. If it is able to satisfactorily respond to this, then it goes for registration. Otherwise, the application may get rejected. Same for trademark. You file for trademark, application number is allotted, examination report is issued. If there is no objections, then it is accepted for registration, then publication. If there is opposition, then the opposition is here. If the opposition is satisfactory, if the application is satisfactory, it is approved. And if the opposition is able to prove, then I will discuss, can a decision to grant a patent be challenged? The grant of patent can be challenged in a patent office or in the court of law. A court may invalidate, revoke a patent upon successful challenge by a third party. In addition, many patent offices provide administrative procedures that allow third parties to oppose the grant of patent. For example, on the basis of claimed invention is not new or does not involve an inventive step. Now, what documents you require for filing of patent application? We require a covering letter. Form number 1, application for grant of the patent. Form 2 is the actual, complete or provisional specification, where the technical part of the patent is there in the complete or provisional specification. Undertaking, power of attorney, form 26. If you are going to file a patent through agent, form number 26 will be applicable. Declaration of inventorship, that you are the true and first owner of the patent, is form number 5. And true copy of priority documents and the fees that you have to pay. So these are the documents required. Form 1, application for grant of patent. Form 2, provisional or complete specification. Form 3, statement and undertaking. Form 5, declaration as to inventorship. Form 26, in case of agents. Form 18, request for examination. Form 28, to be submitted by small startups. Form 9, request for early publication. And accordingly there will be fees calculated. Now, contents of specification. What does a Form 2 technical document or the patent draft has? It will have title of the patent. Second, field of invention. Third, background of invention, prior art, like we have literature survey, patent survey in the domain, and what is the current state of the technology, what you are proposing, how it is better and beneficial than existing solutions, comes under the background of invention. Fourth is, after doing the patent survey, object of invention, what you want to do or what you are proposing. Fifth, summary of invention. Sixth, drawings. Seventh, detailed description. Eighth, examples if any. And the most important part is claims. So in this technology, what is your addition as a inventor? What new you had added? So that will be under the claim. Claim can be 1 or 2 pages. Claims can be from few to 20-30 claims. You can file a provisional specification. Suppose you have an idea and it is not completed, so you can file a provisional specification. So benefit is the claiming for the date of priority, and within 1 year then you have to file the complete specification. Once your idea is completely worked out, then within 12 months you have to file the complete specification. Otherwise the patent application gets rejected if you don't file the complete specification within 12 months of filing the provisional application. Complete specification will have everything, will have claims, will have abstract. Provisional specification, claims are not required because the idea is not complete. Now, patent filing process. Patents can be filed online, patent can be filed offline, patent can be filed through post. Offline, you have to go there, physically submit all the forms, pay the fees, and you will get the application file number for the patent. Now we'll see step by step patent online filing process. You need a digital signature of class 3 for filing online patents. One of the inventors should be in possession of the class 3 digital signature. Now you can buy it online. It requires around 3,500 to buy a class 3 digital signature for individuals for a period of 2 years. So you will have the digital signature for 2 years. You can use it for 2 years. You can file n number of patents. There is no limit to that. Okay. But for filing online, digital signature is mandatory. These are types of digital signature: class 0, 1, 2, 3. As the class increases, the encryption, the security increases. Okay. So patent require highest security. So class 3 digital signature has the highest security. This is price. Class 3 for 2 years goes around 3,500 to 4,000. For 3 years it will go to up to 6,000. And these are various encryption. Encryption is the level of security added in the digital signature. So you go to IP India website, you buy the digital signature, plug in your laptop, and then make your own user ID, password, and log in into the website. See, before filing online, make sure the digital signature is attached to the laptop and you are logged in through your digital signature. Second thing, all the documents, the forms are filled and scanned, and PDF file is available for uploading. All the forms we discussed in earlier slides, form 1, form 3, form 5, form 2, all forms are duly filled, completed, signed by all the inventors and applicants wherever applicable, and soft copies in the PDF formats are available. So keep it ready for filing the patents. See, on the left hand side tab you can see new application, for payment, and all links are there. So you are filing a patent, you start with the link new application. So when you click new application, it will ask type of application. So type of application, if you are an individual, it will be ordinary application. If you are filed in some other country also, then it will be divisional convention application. And divisional PCT national phase means if you are filing the patent through PCT. Now you know what is a PCT. If you are filing the patent through PCT, then it will be divisional PCT application. Patent of addition. So if there is one patent and you are adding to that patent, so it will be a patent of addition. Okay. So in convention means you are applying in some other country. Ordinary application means you are applying in this country. So likewise, select appropriate. Normally a citizen will have to select ordinary application. So here it is given what is a provisional application. Provisional application is a temporary application in which is filed when the invention is not finalized. Applicant gets a time of 12 months to fully file the patent. Helps to establish the date of priority. Enables the applicant to use the term patent pending, less expensive. Enable the applicant to file international applications and claim priority within 12 months. However, in order to patent to be granted, a provisional application must be followed by a complete specification within 12 months. Ordinary application, an application for patent filed in the patent office without claiming any priority of application made in the convention country. Convention application filed for patent in the patent office claiming a priority based on same or substantially similar application in one or more countries. So if you are filed in more countries, then you will have to go for convention applications. International application, PCT application is an international application governed by PCT, can be validated by up to 153 countries. And these are the advantages. PCT national phase, when an international application is made according to the PCT designating India as applicant, the national phase application in India within 30 months from the international filing date. So patent of addition, he has come across an invention which is slight modification of the invention for which he has already applied for. So you can add to the existing patent with some modification, so that is called as patent of addition. Divisional application, when application made by applicant claims more than one invention. The applicant on his own to meet the, so he divides one application into two patent files, so that is called as divisional application. So ordinary application, complete specification. If it is provisional, you can select provisional specification. Number of claims, you can file 5 claims or 10 claims, whatever number you have claims you have written, though that number should come over here. That is required for calculating the fees. Number of drawing sheets, total number of pages. You put the correct numbers over here from the documents file which you are available with you in soft copy. Then title of invention, you can write down the title of invention, copy paste from the form 2. Address for service, where you want the patent communication to be received. State, telephone, email ID, abstract. So this is the like corresponding author in the research paper. So all the communication will be received by this email ID. Then you copy paste the abstract, copy paste the description of the total description of patent, copy paste the claims in the respective box. Applicant name, type is natural person. You can write down the first name, the nationality, address, PIN code, STD code, phone, email ID, country, and there is a button add. If there are more than one applicants, you can keep on adding till all the details are filled. Now once you fill all the details, all the applicant names, you can select if the inventor and applicant are same. Suppose the inventor and applicant are not same, then you separately add the inventors. Similar way, same window appears, you keep on adding inventors. Applicant is the one who has the commercial right on the patent, and the inventor is the one who has worked on the invention. Many times they may be same, but in a big company, the companies are normally the applicant, because all the commercial generated are earned by the company, and inventors are the engineers who get credit to their resume but are not involved in the financial transactions. Then there is a declaration. The provisional specification relating to the invention is filed. The complete specification relating to the invention is filed with this application. We are in possession of the above invention. The invention as disclosed in the specification uses, not uses biological material. See, read it carefully. If it is applicable, select that box. If it is not applicable, you can leave it. There is no lawful ground for objection of the patent. We are the assignee or legal representative of the first inventor. Application or each application particulars of which are given in para 5 application in the convention country in respect to my or our invention. So likewise, carefully read it and then select the appropriate box. Bottom, form 9 is for early publication. If you have, you can download it, click it here if you are going to upload that. So there will be additional fees for early publication. Then form 18 for examination, and save. So okay, save the application. Then you select the upload button. In the upload, you upload all the forms, form 1, form 2, whatever. Select the proper form and then upload. Select the proper form, then upload. Okay. Then select the drawings, upload. Select the claims, upload. Select the form 2, upload. So finally, like all these documents will be uploaded and it will be visible like this. Okay. Then after that, you can see here there is a button sign document. So when all the documents are uploaded, click on one document and say sign document. When you say sign document, the window box, browse window box will pop up. Then go to the digital signature, select the file which is present inside the digital signature, and then upload that. That means this document is signed, digitally signed by you now. Likewise, sign all the documents. Sign all the uploaded forms, all the documents. Once you are done, say sign files. Then you can proceed to payment. So once you have uploaded all the documents, signed all the documents, filled all the formats, uploaded all the data, you go to proceed to payment. Maximum fees required for filing a patent is around 10,000. It has to be paid through the net banking or credit cards. Once you file it, you will get a application number like this, where you will get the file number, who has made the payment, how much payment is made, everything, all the receipt and the application number. Once you file, will be available in your account, will also be emailed to the communication email ID. Okay, that's all from my side. This was all about the IPR, and you can drop your questions in the queries, and we would be happy to answer all your queries in the comments. Thank you.